Welcome to the Conversation in Cold Ones podcast. I'm your host, Damien, my co-host, Jared.
Hello.
And it's been a while.
It
About
has indeed.
in 2 weeks, I was dying of COVID. So I got COVID on like a Thursday, my symptoms started on a Thursday, which we normally record on. And to be honest, like I just came home and did not feel like recording at all. And then that next week, once again, I was just not up to recording. My voice was fucked. A lot of shit just was not feeling right. So we decided to skip out on the sports and the main podcast for these 2 weeks just so I can get better. But we are returning. The sports podcast will be back Monday. So that's when the next episode will be. So if you like sports, make sure to tune in for that. But let's get right into it. We had a Nintendo Direct this week. This was on the 35th anniversary of Zelda. And so they were expecting, well, a lot of people were expecting Breath of the Wild 2 to be shown off. And to get more information about that, you think they at least drop a trailer. They did not. They said we'll get more info on Breath of the Wild 2 later on in the year. I'm guessing with E3 or the Summer's Game Fest. But I mean, the games they announced are like cool. I mean, they're all guaranteed to come out in 2021, but there's not like a game that's coming out that's like, oh, I need to buy a Switch. They don't have a Halo this year. They don't have like a God of War or anything like that. It's just kind of mediocre stuff. So the first game they announced was Mario Golf, which has been a thing since the 64. I played the GameCube one, which is Toadstool. Toadstool 4, I think is what it's called. They're always popular, but once again, like, am I gonna buy a Switch to play Mario Golf? Nope. They announced,
Sure have.
I feel like the biggest thing they announced was one of the biggest things was Splatoon 3. I know that's super popular still, and has always had a big community since the Wii U. I have not played Splatoon, so I can't say if it's good or not. But from what I've seen, the community that plays it like actually really likes that game.
Oh, for sure.
Outer Wilds, which is a really good game. Not like Outer Worlds, which was made by Obsidian, but Outer Wilds, which is another game. And Fall Guys are coming to the Switch. So Fall Guys may have like a resurgence because, it's going to a huge platform. And Fall Guys will also be coming to Xbox in summer. So it's only been on PC and PlayStation full time.
Did not know that.
Yep. Animal Crossing is getting all Mario themed stuff. So the pipes, fucking the characters, the world. So Animal Crossing is still getting support. I'm sure there's another game being made because of how popular that was. But yeah, still getting support. And the biggest thing that they announced, Twilight Princess or Zelda Twilight Princess is getting a remaster for the Switch. Is getting also like a cool like collector's edition thing where you get 2 like themed Joy-Cons. I think it was Twilight Princess. Maybe hold on, let me double check because I keep thinking it's Skyward Sword.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit and say we're skipping Brewskis of the week this week.
Oh,
just because we're recording at a much different time than we normally do. But yeah, everything that happened the past 2 weeks, like Damien said, not recording. He was getting the COVID symptoms week 1. I got sick as well, and I just wasn't in the mood. Then second week, he was still getting over it, so we just opted out, like he'd said. But things are just a little weird. We're getting back into it. So.
Right. And my bad. It was Skyward Sword, not Twilight Princess.
Skyward Sword.
Yep. So Skyward Sword is what is being remastered. So you get those cool Joy-Cons. I'm sure those will be gone immediately. It's Zelda and it's remastered. Good luck. And yeah, so that's when I was watching it, that's like the main things that stood out to me. There's a bunch of other games that are coming, but they still haven't shown Metroid Prime 4. They still haven't shown off Bayonetta 3. Obviously there's no like big Mario game coming out yet. So Nintendo's got for their 2021 slate that they have announced, because they also said Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming out for a long time. So long time to me is 2 to 3 years. But so their 2021 slate is looking pretty weak. I mean, they're basically like riding off of like Hopefully people are still wanting to play Smash. Hopefully people are still wanting to play Breath of the Wild 1 and other stuff like that in Mario Kart. I'm surprised they didn't announce a new Mario Kart. I thought that was going to be like a for sure thing as well. Mario Kart 8's
Yeah,
been
no,
out.
that is.
Mario Kart 8's been out since the Wii U. So it's been,
Has it?
yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's been 9 years since like a new Mario Kart games come out. And I mean, I get why it's really good, but I mean, there's been no Mario Party in a while. Go
They
ahead.
didn't release the new Mario Kart at the beginning of the Switch era, like as soon as it released.
Nope, Mario Kart 8 was on
Because
the
that's
Wii U.
before last time I played it, it says like you've got like the original Wii maps, the Wii U maps, and Switch like exclusive maps. Or tracks, I should say.
I'm grabbing the release date right now. May 29th, 2014.
And the Switch came out what, 2016, 2018?
Yes, 2016.
Okay, 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So,
I'm wrong.
yeah, it's
That is weird. Then it's been. You said that it came out 14. That's
yeah.
fuck. That's almost 7 years.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
been 7 years, and I don't
Holy
think
shit.
like I don't think there's been that long of a gap between I mean, because GameCube had the Double Dash, and then you went to Wii in 2006, which had Mario Kart Wii like a year later. So I think that was like a 4 to 5 year gap. I mean, so yeah, I guess Mario Kart's just kind of on the back burner right now. But I mean,
Yeah, Mario Kart Wii was 08, so that means it was about give or take 6 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
fuck, we
I guess
are
it's-
in the market for a new one.
like it's getting time. But 1 second, I'm recording. I'll have to cut that out.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So yeah, Mario Kart, I guess is on the back burner, but I'm sure next
Which
year.
sucks. I fucking love Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's
dude.
great.
So much fun.
I mean, I just think, especially with Mario Kart, like you kind of have to keep updating all those because of how repetitive it gets. Like when you release a new game, it's like, oh, well, I need to go play this one to get like a fresh new thing, even if you've been playing Mario Kart the whole time. Yeah,
we'll have to play that when you come out to visit. It's a good game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I played it on Wii U. But
I never played Wii U.
Wii U's pretty good. It gets a lot of shit, but it's not bad. But yeah, so for the 2021 slate of like Nintendo games, it's pretty weak. Especially when Microsoft has announced like, hey, Halo's coming out this year. That's like their big thing, and I'm sure at E3 or Summer's Game Fest this year they'll announce like, you know, some other shit that's coming this year. And then PlayStation has God of War, and then some other games that we'll talk about hopefully that are still being worked on. But yeah, so far like the Switch, you know, not really looking too good. Also, you know, there's been like a few years of the rumors that there's gonna be like a Switch Pro or like a new version, a more powerful version of the Switch. Where is this thing? Because I think people are tired of playing games on handheld that are 720p. Because the Switch screen is not that high quality. I mean, my phone is higher quality than that Switch screen. So like, I think it's time to release a new version of the Switch, especially because the PS5's out, the Series X is out, and they're so powerful. And then when you go to the Switch, when you play on like docking mode, like you can tell it is slower. It is a last generation console. So it's time for Nintendo to update that thing, even though it's still great.
Well, the thing is, like when you're playing it in the handheld, it is pretty, you know, not amazing. But when I have it thrown in the dock and I'm playing up my TV, I mean, it's a 4K TV. It doesn't.
I mean, yeah, but it plays in 1080p.
When you're, well, yeah, but when you're playing in the handheld, it is pretty.
Right. Yeah. So where's the Switch Pro? But I don't know. It's Nintendo. I don't even think we'll get one. I think we'll get like I don't even know what their next system's gonna be. Like, do you keep doing the Switch thing?
2.
Like the Switch 2, but like that at that point it's just the Switch Pro. So whatever. Also last week, because we didn't record, they did announce E3 is hopefully gonna happen. So it's gonna be like with PlayStation, that, you know, or like Nintendo, Microsoft, they just do like pre-recorded stuff. So it's just gonna be a lot of that just on E3. So it's gonna be like 3 days of just nonstop press conferences. I love E3, but I think it's come to the point where like a lot of places like Sony, who's been skipping out in the past years, would go, well, why would I want to be on the E3 platform when I do just as well without one? So we'll see what actually happens at E3. I'm sure Bethesda will do one, and EA will do one. But and then Summer's Game Fest, which happened last year at the start of COVID, which was like it was actually not handled well. Jeff Keighley did it, who does like the Game Awards. It was like 3 months of game news. I don't know if you remember that, but like every week there was like a big thing, and I honestly didn't care for it, but they said it's gonna happen again this month. You don't have to delete your hi, I'm Jared. Um, but they said that this summer's Game Fest is going to be 1 month contained. So I'm okay. Yeah, it's gonna be 1 month, and we'll be able to get a lot of game announcements then. And I think that starts like late June. I think is when it's going to start, and then E3 is always or late May, June-ish. So we're in a video game drought right now. We're hopefully gonna get
Wasn't E3 last year like really late though? It was canceled.
Yeah, they didn't do an E3.
I don't fucking dude. I can't ever fucking remember.
Yeah, they did Summer's Game Fest, which wasn't that good. So
that's right. Those Summer Game Fest. That's okay.
Right. So we are in a drought right now. Games. It's been rough. I mean, games haven't been releasing at all. The last big game release we had was Cyberpunk, December 17th, and before that, Call of Duty. So it's been a while since like a big games come out. And
for sure,
the only games that have been announced like for this year don't really have release dates. Like they're like, oh, coming 2021, or coming later 2021. Like we don't even have an exact release date for Halo. But the only game that's coming out this year that's like a guarantee that I know of, besides all the Nintendo stuff, is a game called Returnal, which is a PS5 exclusive, which I'll be playing, that comes out in like April. But for Microsoft and PlayStation, besides that, we know absolutely nothing. So there's been a bunch of games that have been announced like that are supposed to be coming out. So the question I raised to you, Jared, is what games are you hoping come out this year that like been announced or are still coming out that were announced to be coming out this year?
So what am I excited about? Is what you said?
Well, yeah. So like for instance, like let's say Hogwarts Legacy, like they announced it and they didn't give a release date. So like you can include those kind of games that you hope are coming out this year. And then you also have like games that were announced to come out this year. Like, so I'll go first. The first one I thought of was Dying Light 2. So like that
my god, yes.
That game was supposed to come out last year. They delayed it indefinitely. Definitely. And so that's one of the biggest games that like I feel like could do really well right now because there's not a lot coming out. And Dying Light 1 was great. So I think this year would be probably the best time to release it, but we don't know if it's ready. I mean, they delayed it because it was not ready at all. And then the next one, obviously, that I was thinking about was God of War 2. They announced that last year to be coming out this year. And that's like one of the big, like, I guess PS5 selling points is because, you're just kind of waiting on that game. I will say I'm actually pretty like hopeful for that game coming out because they announced it during the pandemic that it was coming out. So they did that in October. So that game should hopefully be coming out in the next few months, I pray. But I'm sure that will be like a November release because then they want to sell all their shit during Christmas.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's always the strategy.
Right. Obviously Halo, like we know it's coming out later this year. We hope. We should have already been playing it, but people had a complaint about it or not. Like, I don't know. The game looked fine. I don't know why people complained. And every time like they're giving a ton of updates about this game. The multiplayer's free to play. Like they're gonna support it. Are you good?
I don't know what just happened.
What's going on?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
So I opened Steam because there's a game on there I couldn't remember the name of, and that's what I was going to talk about. And it's just on. It just took over my monitor.
Are you back?
I mean, I'm here.
Okay.
Just I'm going to be a little dark for a minute because I don't know how to close this.
Did you Control Delete? There you go.
I got it. Nope.
So yeah, God of War should be coming out sometime. But like Halo, they keep announcing like a bunch of shit, like how how much the customization is going to be and the multiplayer. You know, the multiplayer is free to play on Xbox
Oh,
and PC, and they're going to be doing a lot of stuff with it. And it's going to be like I don't know how to describe it, but they said the multiplayer is going to be like a Destiny kind of. They're just going to constantly add shit to it, which is great. So this might be the last Halo we get for 10 years, you know? Um, but
I'll say
once
something like that.
again, they're adding so much stuff to it. I could see that game getting delayed again, which sucks.
Well, didn't you just say that there another Halo game is in the works other than an Infinite?
Yeah. So oh yeah. So 343 is working on another Halo game. They have not announced what it is.
Halo
I'm
Wars 3,
think
Halo Wars
yeah.
3, Halo Wars 3.
Immediately when I saw that, I was like, it's Halo Wars 3. It's a smaller project. You can put not that many people on. It's a great like game that people love, and you get, you know, free cash basically.
If I don't get Halo Wars 3, I'm gonna be really sad because if it's some spin-off, I've talked about in the past, a Halo spin-off would be cool, but I'd really want Halo Wars 3. There's so much story and
Yeah.
cliffhangers right now.
The only
We
thing I could
need
see it like
filler.
being otherwise is like a ODST kind of situation. But once again, I don't know if they'll go that route. I would love to see like another game like Reach, which is kind of like a one-off thing, but I don't know if we'll ever get that. One of the other games that I hope, like, because it's been in a rumor mill, Silent Hill by Hideo Kojima, or Kojima Games. It's been rumored so heavily that they're fucking making it, and PlayStation's like releasing it or publishing it. Like that's a huge win for me because I have the games. So I want those to be, or that game to be announced, and so I can play it. And then obviously the big one that I think will happen, Spider-Man 2, because the first game came out in 2018. It's been 3 years now. So hopefully that gets announced to come out this year. I'm hopeful. And then
Hopefully.
yeah, like I said, I think the big one, I fucking hope God of War and Halo stay in 2021 and don't get delayed. And I guess the final game, because while I was having COVID, you know, I got a PS5 a month ago, and I've been playing a lot of the PlayStation games that I missed out on. And me and Cody, our friend, we started playing Days Gone. And Days Gone is a phenomenal zombies game, and I beat it. I loved every second of it, and that game came out in 2018. So I'm also hopeful that we get a Days Gone 2 announced, and it comes out later this year or early next year.
Yeah.
But what about you, Jared?
Well, first thing I'm going to say is obviously Halo.
Right.
Halo and Dying Light 2, both very, big games I hope that we get. But with the Halo thing, I wanted to say I'm not that upset about the delay because, yes, I would love to be playing Halo right now, but I'm okay that it didn't come out because there's been other stuff this year that I've gotten back into. There's games I've played that, like, I wanted to get back into, like State of Decay. State of Decay 2 got a bunch of updates, got back into
Yeah.
that, been enjoying
Oh,
it.
we didn't even talk about State of Decay 3 got announced last year. Like that could come out this year.
Oh yeah, fuck! I keep seeing
Yeah.
stuff about that. Yeah, State of Decay 3. That's another one. Yeah, it's been nice having some other stuff to play since there's been a little bit of a drought.
Right.
But I get not everyone is like that. Everyone wants something new all the time. But yeah, so some of the games I'm kind of hoping we still get is Back for Blood 4. Or I'm sorry, Back
Or
for
Blood.
the number Blood. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm
coming
sorry.
out. But that
Yeah, that
game
is
is gonna be crazy.
confirmed for the 22nd of June, but I don't know how confirmed. I hope that stays on course. I hope that continues to come out
That's gonna be a
because
fun game.
it looks really,
I mean, it's
really
Left 4
good.
Dead 3. Like,
I know.
what? I mean, the people who made Left 4 Dead are making this game, so you know it's gonna be good, and you know it's gonna be fun to play with your friends. Like we recently went back and played Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it you and me, or did we get
it
Jordan
was me,
involved?
you,
I
and
can't remember.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, because I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That's definitely like in the topic of zombie games, like you said with the Days Gone. Like I want more zombie games, and I've been clearly
Right.
filling it with other stuff. But like I want that will be fun. I want that.
Yep.
Another one is one you showed me, and I've actually been like really obsessed like with the idea of this game. Is The Day Before.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
there is no official release date, but I cannot fucking wait. You made me watch the fucking thing for it, and I just want it.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, it's the top of my wish list in Steam right now.
I
Like
mean,
how much I'm
perfect
paying
game
for it.
idea. You take the Division 2's Dark Zone, you put zombies in it, and good shooting mechanics. Great game. Like,
Yep,
don't fuck this up.
absolutely. There was something else I'd seen. I'm trying to see if I can't find it. Fuck was it called? I'm looking right now. I can't fucking find it. Oh, the fucking Resident Evil game.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't
Hopefully that's
that
good.
supposed to be? Isn't that supposed to be the end of this year? Or yeah, the end of this year, 2021.
In March, no, April, I think.
Is it really April? I thought they said it was gonna be later.
Yeah, no.
That one, I'm not like, oh my god, I need this game, but like, I'm curious to see how it is because everyone's so hyped up about it.
So
There's
what I like
another
about
one. I
Resident
think
Evils,
Biomutant is supposed to come out this year. That sounds
I
pretty
mean,
good.
yeah.
And then the Kerbal Space Program because the first one was kind of funny. I want to see the second one.
So May 7th is when Village comes out, Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, Breadpoint Village.
I'm not going to play it, but I love watching people play those games. Like
Yeah,
when
I don't know if I'm
7
gonna play it.
like when 7 came out, I watched I think the Rad Brad play it. And
Yeah, he is.
yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy? Like I recently there's a website where you can go and like type in your YouTube account and see what your first like subscribers are. I've been subscribed to that dude since 2013. And
Really?
I remember the first game that I watched of his, and I don't know why I remember it, but it's Silent Hill Downpour. I don't know why I started watching that, but that was the first like video I watched by him. And I remember the whole sequence of having to like go into the village. You take this fucking like train, like the fucking carts you get into that hang, the you know what I'm talking about, that take you like down mountains and stuff.
Oh, the
I forget what they're called. But yeah, you take that into the place.
there's something cars. What the fuck are they called?
I mean, yeah,
Like up and down a mountain. They're
yeah,
oh my god.
yeah,
Jesus Christ, I have to look that up now. That's annoying me.
yeah. So that's like, you know, speaking like just a little tidbit, like that's the first video I ever watched by him. And I've watched a lot since then. But
Like it's like a ski lift, but not. It's not what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking of train cars, but it's not what they're called. And someone's probably screaming at the screen saying what it is. But yeah, so I don't know. This year's just gonna be a weird year with games. It's just I don't think like normally there's like 3 to 4 like gigantic games that are coming out, and this year it seems to just kind of be Halo, God of War, and like some smaller tier stuff. But yeah,
A gondola.
a gondola, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, like what's a Mob of the Dead? Their Eyes and Draka.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's just gonna be a weird year, I guess, and it's gonna be super slow. We recently, like I said, we've been playing a lot of games that we've missed out on. We're going to go play Sea of Thieves one of these days, which I'm actually excited about. Like I said, I've been playing like a lot of PlayStation games I've missed out on, like Days Gone. I played Horizon Zero Dawn, which I didn't care for. And then yeah, just more of the same. Call of Duty. Jared's been playing.
Oh yeah, the new zombies map.
Yeah, Jared's been playing a lot of the State of the K2 again. I think that's really it. Like when it comes to what we've been playing, catching up on.
Madden.
But yeah, we played a ton of Madden. Yeah. But yeah, video games.
What the fuck was it?
I mean, I hopped back into Destiny for a day.
Fuck out. Something else I've been playing. What the hell was it?
Been a lot of Madden.
It has been a lot of Madden. It was Madden, State of Decay, and
Call of Duty Zombies.
COD Zombies. But I've been playing a little bit of the GTA. I've been playing a little bit of that. I keep popping it open for a few minutes here and there.
Right.
I'm bored.
Yeah, so it's a weird time. I mean, it's kind of. I see a lot of people online saying it's boring.
Well, it doesn't help that there's a pandemic right now too.
Right. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are stuck at home. Yeah, it is a weird time because usually by this time we're getting a bunch of games. You know, like Far Cry 6 was supposed to be released at this time. Like we're not getting that yet.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that's like kind of in limbo that we just don't know about. And we're stuck playing. I mean, we're not stuck, but we're playing games that we may have missed out on, which is great. I mean, if a bunch of games are coming out, I wouldn't have played Days Gone, and I'm really happy I actually played that game. Great game. But yeah, other than that, it's been a lot of sports, to be honest with you. Sports have been taking up everything. But yeah, I think
Which
that's
is
it.
weird.
Go ahead.
I mean, I know you're into sports, but it's weird. Like, I've never been a huge sports person, but because there's been a lack of like what we're usually playing, it's like I've been doing a lot of Madden, or like we've been doing the basketball fantasy. We've got hockey fantasy that you're not doing as much anymore, but we're doing a baseball fantasy. We're starting up here soon. And it's like that's weird that that's what's been taking up our time, because
Yep.
like I remember back when like it was like over through winter when you're not doing as much with
Right.
school, like, for winter break or like summer. Whenever we didn't have something going on, we're in the main chat still.
Hey, Cody.
Welcome to the
Welcome to
podcast.
the podcast.
But we would
Hang
use,
on.
we play a ton of GTA. We do like all
Should I
kinds of
leave?
things because it was repetitive games, and it's interesting because like that's not what we're doing right now. We're
Right.
playing like sports shit and other stuff, but
Yeah. Fucking Cody. Yeah, it's been a weird time. Yeah, Jared's gotten into sports, which I never would have thought happened. But yeah, I mean, we've been doing a lot of fantasy. Like the sports podcast, we have a ton of talk about because there's just so, unlike video games, there's just so much going on. Like, Carson Wentz going to the Colts and stuff like that. So sports podcast is like
spoiler.
Yeah, sports podcast is where it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of the sports podcast, we may have a special guest for that coming
Yeah.
up this Sunday.
Yeah.
Or Monday, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna try to maybe talk some more movies on the main podcast and stuff coming out. I mean, you got
There's a lot of those coming out either.
you got Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out. Yeah, there's honestly not much coming out. I mean, music's also been pretty dead. But
Well, like, not to be whatever, but that's kind of why I did the thing that was probably the last time I recorded, when I had like the questionnaire stuff for you,
Right.
is because we are running out of like our normal topics to talk about.
Right.
Like, we could go and talk, like, I was thinking about this the other night. You and Cody were sitting here talking, and I was muted because I was talking to Rachel, but like you guys were just bullshitting about games and stuff. Like, that would have been a perfect time to just hit record and just talk. Like, because
Right.
there's nothing wrong with us just talking about random bullshit. I mean, even if it's not relevant or it's something from the past, that's what this podcast is supposed to be about. So,
Right.
if a lot of new stuff doesn't come out and we run out of things in terms of movies, games, one of these days we may just sit here and just fucking talk about it, like some random or favorite games, or just like go on and on through random stuff.
It's been a while since we've done like a list.
It has. Not that we need to do any more lists, but
It's been a while. Maybe we should go through and do the whole MCU ranking again.
There's nothing fucking new has come out.
That was our first episode, and that shit was 3 hours.
It's fair.
That was fucking a long one.
I guess we could probably review WandaVision when it's over.
So that's the plan. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Episode last night was crazy. No spoilers, but it was crazy.
Did we talk about the Super Bowl commercials and the Falcon and Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier or whatever?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in that show. Like, I mean, it was the same thing with WandaVision, so hopefully it turns out to be good. But like, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully it's good, but it's one of those things where, I don't know, WandaVision is just so interesting just because I want to see where it goes, because it's so fucking weird.
Yeah,
like,
I need to see an episode that came out.
The Winter Soldier and Falcon, like, it seems to be more run of the mill MCU, and so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I'll watch it. I'll see how it is.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, so we'll definitely get some like different kind of content coming into the podcast. Maybe one of these weeks I'll do what I did or what Jared did to me with the questions and stuff. And
that's right.
No, we'll do it.
That's right.
More or less, but yeah, we'll probably talk a lot about like games we're playing. I'm sure when we play Sea of Thieves, there'll be a ton of stories we can tell, because that game is just, you fucking get on that game for an hour and you have a bunch of stories to tell. But alrighty, guys. Well, that's it. Make sure you stay tuned. Every week we'll be back. The sports podcast come out on Monday, so if you like sports, you want to hear our thoughts on them, make sure to tune into those. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Also, one little announcement. I know we've talked about it a lot. Like, since a lot's not going on, we could do a Cold Ones plays, like some video games. So maybe I'll record when we play Sea of Thieves and post it.
Minecraft parkour?
Maybe we'll play some Minecraft. I don't think I'll
I
do Call of
saw
Duty.
the face of God,
Yeah.
and it was square.
Yeah. So we'll start maybe I'll start posting some more gameplays like I used to. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been Conversation Cold Ones podcast.
Bye, guys.